So welcome back to Mega Man 7, where last we left off we took out the first two stages of Dr. Wily's castle. So now on to stage 3. And then your progress gets maintained, which is all good. I do like that they show this, or the like stage progression right out of the gates as opposed to like waiting for the flashing parts and then I guess showing, and then getting to showing the actual stuff. Let's see, for this first part you just want to write up these things, and really the easy way to go about doing this is just take out the targets accordingly. Let's just take you out, and then of course since I wanted that bolt, let's just go ahead and do it. The good news is Bass does not make an appearance here, but at the same time this stage does get pretty tricky. Well, that works. But yeah, with this part, this is something that actually would have showed up in Cloudman's stage had you not, or had I not used the freeze cracker to make the platform solid. But yeah, the thing is, with these things is you have to edge there when you have to find out where the platforms are. Let's just do it this way. And the thing you do have to be careful with rush over spikes is that since Rush can't get hurt in this game and then vanish, you just don't want to have them over spikes where you're just going to land on the spikes and that's going to suck. You know what else sucks? Getting shot by something like that. Alright, I want that. Alright, well that didn't really go the best, but I did end up getting it. Let's see, this part gets a little bit tricky just because there are conveyor belts and spikes. And yeah, you all know where this is going. So, and yeah, conveyor belts is definitely something I'm not a fan of if you've seen my Gremlins 2 Let's Play. Which was actually one of the early ones I found I had the most fun with. Let's see, I want this life. Let's see, there are two pathways you can take here, and I am going to show off both of them. So for the purposes of saving time, I'm just going to put a save state here and then show off both routes. I'll just see when I'm set with all that stuff. Okay, we're back, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show off the lower route. And the way you do that is that you just go across here, and then just make your jumps accordingly. Now for the lower route, you just want to stay on this down area. And yeah, that's really the easy way to go through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off the lower route. Then I'm going to go to the higher route. And then I'll just see you when I'm done. Or then you'll, yeah, I'll fight the boss after taking the higher route. And there is a good reason for that, which I will get into when we're done here. But first we gotta fall between spikes here. Never any fun. Because we all know how much we love those sections in Mega Man games. Okay, I want this life. So yeah, lots of water, lots of spikes, always a lot of fun. Yeah, just do this the easy way, why not? Then we gotta show up with this crab boss again. Let's see, the thing with the crab boss is that it's not the easiest to deal with, but at the same time it is pretty manageable. Alright, you go in there. And yeah, I did find that the junk shield was actually working a lot better. Now this is the part I really don't like. Is just having to weave past all these spikes. And yeah, if you do end up going to the left, you will end up dying. So that's never any fun. Alright, good, I made it. Let's just go up here and take this. Let's see. Okay, well, that actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would. Yeah, with that said, I will see you at the higher path. Alrighty, now that we're back at the higher path, let's just get Rush Jet going here. And the thing with the higher path is you don't have to worry about a lot of spikes. But at the same time, there are a lot of appearing, disappearing blocks that aren't going to be the easiest to navigate. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, make your jumps. And then, yeah, the tricky thing with this one is, you don't really have much margin for error, considering that there are spikes on the ground. Or on the ground. Let's see, what do I want to use here? Yeah, that didn't work the way I wanted to. Yeah, just lots of Stegosaurus stuff to worry about. But yeah, the thing with the Stegosaurus is that you just have to... It didn't just catch you off guard. I mean, outside of that though, this wasn't really that tough of an enemy. You just, don't want to get caught off guard by it. And that's the end of you. And unfortunately I can't get that, but that doesn't matter, seeing as how I have, full energy, or full energy tanks, full weapon tanks, and the super tank. Anyway, welcome to, whatever the heck this thing is. I think it's called like the Killer Mask or something. But see, the way I'm gonna go ahead and fight this thing is I'm just gonna wait for it to use its laser and then hit it in the face with a slash claw. You can jump on the missiles, but the timing behind it is really tricky. And then of course that laser will fry you if you're not all the way to the right. And then he does things like that, which makes you screw up the height on, or makes you screw up judging the height. But yeah, outside of that, this boss fight can be pretty intimidating at first, but he's actually not that tough once you know how to deal with him. And then just jump. But yeah, as long as you stay patient, this guy really isn't too tough. It's when you run into trouble, is when you try and do too much or try and rush through it. And then just like that. And we are done with Wily 3. And then just watch this guy explode painfully. Well, good thing the platforms like don't fall off or anything when you're done killing the boss, because that would really suck. And just like Wily 1 and Mega Man and Base, or actually wait, it's King 1 technically. But yeah, that's the end of Wily 3. So I'm just gonna reset my recording and I'll see you at Wily 4. Okay, we are back and ready to roll with Wily 4. And Wily 4 is gonna be the final stage of the game. Unlike the other games, with like 2 and 3, there aren't multiple skulls. So we are actually in the final stage of the game, believe it or not. But yeah, this first part gives you a lot of power-ups to work with. So let's see, let's just deal with it this way. And the reason I'm using this now is because I just want to get power-ups. That is really what my motivation in life is. And yeah, we got a boss rush to deal with, so I'm just gonna speed it up and then I'm going to see you when I'm done. Alright, now that we're done with the boss rush, let's just get this going. I do want to get the Thunderbolt back, and I want to get the Freeze Cracker back. And yeah, outside of that, I don't really need any other weapons. But for the purposes of, we'll just get Noise Crush too. And we're all set to fight Dr. Wily pretty soon, so it's a good thing they give you these power-ups. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have gone the route I did, seeing as how Slash Man's the one that gives me the most fits. And it's not that he's hard or anything, it's just hard to not get hit. Well, with all that said, it's time to confront Dr. Wily again. And yeah, this does take a while. I do like this skull contraption thing. Which it turned out it was a walker bot instead of one with wheels. Alright, well either way, Dr. Wily has a few attacks in this form. The first one is that he uses those things, and then he creates like these mini robots. And then these things can walk faster, but either way, just slide under it whenever you try and go under him, just so you don't hit those spikes. I mean, those spikes don't do too much damage, but it can add up in a fight like this. And for those of you who have played this game before, you will understand why when we get to the final form. Because this is a Dr. Wily fight, there's always more than one form. And yeah, I usually don't bother with killing those mini walker guys because they just take up way too much, or it just takes up way too much time, and you just have to shoot them way too many times, and if you do linger too long, eventually Dr. Wily isn't going to jump at you. So there's that too. But we're not done yet, because this is a Dr. Wily fight, so there's got to be more than one form. So it's the standard appearing, disappearing ship that I guess has been in place since Mega Man 4. So either way, depending on how you fight him, this is either going to be pretty easy or pretty hard. Let's see, what I'm doing now is I'm using his weakness, which is Wild Coil. And I am going to be using the Thunderbolt, because the thing that's really important with this fight to know, and that's going to make your life a lot easier, is that when you use the Thunderbolt on him, he will not use those 4 orbs, which you're going to be seeing pretty soon. So let's just get under him, and then do just that. And yeah, my style is going to be using a lot of pausing and unpausing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the basis of it, and then just speed the rest of it up. You know, just so you're not going to be here for 15 minutes of me doing this over and over again. And then get the Thunderbolt so he doesn't use the orbs. But yeah, I'm just going to speed this up, and then I'll see you at the ending. Alright, now that we're almost done here, there are some things I forgot to mention with this fight. And out of those 4 orbs that he shoots, if you're gonna get hit by any of them, get hit by the yellow one, because that's a standard damage. The blue one freezes you and the red one burns you. And then the blue one leaves you a lot more open to damage, and then the red one just does the most damage. Well, with all that said, that is the end of Dr. Wily, and that is the end of Mega Man 7. And the reason I did it that way was because it's really not in your best interest to trade with him, especially considering that you only have 4 energy tanks and a super tank to work with. I mean, it is doable that way, but, you know, for the purposes of conveniences, I just like playing defensively better. But yeah, this time Mega Man doesn't buy it. With great typos. Yeah, then again, this was 1995 and Capcom's still making typos. Although, an interesting fact here, in the Japanese version, when he does this, or when Mega Man says this, it actually says nothing. When he realizes that robots cannot harm humans, because Wily was actually right about that. Considering that was the first rule of robotics according to Aminoff. But then Dr. Wily somehow survives getting crushed by steel girders. And then a bolt falls on his head. That's funny and all good. But then Treble and Bass come to the rescue. And then Dr. Wily gets off free. So yeah, that's something to remember. Just whenever or just in case there are opportunities you have to come across by. But yeah, we gotta get out of here now. Just in time for the castle to blow up. And this does take a while. And since this is the SNES version, you get the scene of Mega Man walking away from the blown up castle like a total badass. And then there's just a giant flame in the background, which I think is a pretty nice touch. And now for my final thoughts on the game. I really do enjoy the overall aesthetics of this game. And then the graphics of this game, of course, are terrific, since this was an SNES game. And overall, I do like the level design of this game. It is very creative, which is one thing I will give this game credit for that I probably should have given Mega Man 5 some credit for too, since it did use a lot more gimmicks. But yeah, I do really like the creativity of this game, whether or not it's the level design or whether or not it's the robot masters. They do have a very diverse, I guess, type of robot masters and very diverse levels. And I can always enjoy that in a Mega Man game. So let's see, things I didn't like about it. I guess I didn't like the, I don't know, I guess that it was a little bit slower. And of course we gotta have Monkey working on this. And then the 2 meter, 50 centimeter man. So that's like, what, 7 feet? I forget. And I really do like this ending theme too. But yeah, things I didn't like about it, I guess it was a little bit slower than the NES games. But then again, sometimes that wasn't really a bad thing. But then again, I do like the pace of the X games and then the pace of the NES Mega Man games a little bit better. And then I do like the way they formatted the credits here. They gave you some credits and then one of the robot masters and then do that whole thing over again. And then they were alternating between like Mega Man's skull and Mega Man looking down. Which is a little bit different than other games, seeing as how this one was a little bit darker story-wise. And yeah, really, that is pretty much all I have to say about this game. And then, but outside of that, I did like this game. I do have much, or more of an appreciation after this game, or of this game after doing the Let's Play of it. And it is a pretty fun game to Let's Play, just in case somebody else wants to get into it. And then, yeah, there's Mega Man's angry skull. And I do like the names too. Let's see, we're almost done. Yeah, I think it's up to 56. This is gonna be the last one of Dr. Wily's robots. And of course, the music in this game is pretty hit or miss, but... Okay, so that's what Ippo's doing when he wasn't fighting. Who knew? And for those of you wondering, yes, that was an anime reference. I really do love that anime. But yeah, that's a different story for a different time. But yeah, getting back to it, the music is kinda hit or miss, and even though I really do like this ending theme, just some of the other themes in this game really weren't that good, but then again, they did have some good ones, like Wily 3, and then like Turbo Man stage. I did like that one. And also, fun fact, whenever one of my favorite sports teams ends up winning a championship, I usually play this ending. Or that night. Why I do that, I have no idea. But then that's just something I do. But yeah, there are a few more things I do have to show off with this game. And, see, we'll just show them when we get to them. But yeah, you have this, long fade into the sky, which I think is a pretty nice touch. And I don't know if that was a shooting star or that was Dr. Wily getting away. I don't really know. Then again, can Dr. Wily's ship go to a hyperdrive? I don't really know. And I do like this picture at the end. Even though everybody seems a lot more serious in this game than in most other games. And then of course Rush is just yawning. I like that touch. But yeah, that is it for Mega Man 7 right now. There is a multiplayer mode I do want to show off. And one thing to note is that on the Capcom number, if you use that as the password, that's a way to get into the multiplayer mode. And then it's also a way to get to the last level with everything equipped. So that's just something for you to know. But yeah, with all that said, I might show off the multiplayer mode soon. I don't know, I just had to find somebody to, I don't know, help me out with that. Then again, I do have to show off the Little Ninja Brothers one too. Don't think I haven't forgotten about that. Well, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. And I think what I'm going to work on next is going to be Metal Storm for the NES. A fun little game that's not the easiest, but it is a lot of fun to play. Let's see, I am going to do a bunch of NES games before the Let's Play Corners Portable Summer. But I'll get more into that when we get closer to June. But yeah, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at the next one.